State Show.
How you feeling?
I feel a lot better now. Just food and dehydrated, but and just having the food in me, the jelly and stuff has helped. I'm happy with today. I know that I may not get a single W today in any 4 class, but I'm okay with it. Fighting this lat has been just an absolute nightmare. I prayed over it a lot backstage, and it released enough. Thankfully, I've had some, good Lord helped it release enough while I was on stage, or I couldn't even have got it above my head. Like it wasn't like right now. That's it, and it's totally inflamed. I lost my serratus. I lost all my definition on that whole left side. So other than that, really happy with everything today. But it threw off all my posing. Not to make excuses, but it's just real. I mean, it's obvious in the pictures. And that is what it is, But we'll see tonight where we end up at. So hopefully at least 1 W, but if not, I'm good. Hi, Dave Underwood. I've been competing in bodybuilding for about 7 or 8 years, and I actually sat down and tried to figure out how many shows I've done, and I'm not sure. I've done 7 or 8 shows. Started with East Tennessee Sports Expo back in 2014 or 15, a small show. First one I did, I was hooked. Been doing them off and on ever since then. Grew up in Morristown, been here the majority of my life, other than being moved away for a few months here and there, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I don't want to ask what got you into this, but I do want to ask, what makes you want to get up and do this and put your body through everything that I saw you go through? I mean, you've like almost passed out in the grocery store, right?
Yeah, a few times.
So what makes Dave get up in the morning, look at himself in the mirror and go, I'm going to continue on this path? What's the light at the end of the rainbow? Is there money? Is there fame? What is it?
I'll kind of work backwards there. There's zero money. This is a very expensive sport. The food is just insanely expensive. You're spending 140, 150 bucks a week just on yourself. Your supplements, you can spend as much as you want to. Entry fees, hotel fees, tanning fees, just everything adds up and adds up and adds up. And there's only the elite level is producing an income from this. My level, it's all out of pocket. I get a shiny trophy to take home if I do well. Like that's all that I take home. And why do you want to do that? That's a good question. Because I just enjoy doing it. I don't even want to say that I'm good at it. I enjoy that process of going through the prep, watching the body change, and just seeing how far you can push yourself. Where is your breaking point? Where is that point where you break down and you grab the Reese cups off the shelf at the gas station, or whatever your your one thing is. Where's that point at? I've reached it before in the past. I've mentally crossed that line, and so I've been on both sides. And I think that's what it is for me, is just pushing. You push and you push and see how far you can push it. And for my genetics and everything else, I'm never going to be a pro, in IFBB. I know that this is most likely my last show, and I'm okay with that.
He's living on the inside.
So today's Wednesday, and your show's on Saturday.
That's right.
And like right now, I can tell you're tired, but how do you feel?
I feel good. I'm in territory I've never been in. I've never been this lean, this conditioned before. And I think after being to a point that I've never been before, it's a lot of the reason I feel a lot better right now. I'm happy with where we're at. And of course I had carbs today. So a lot of carbs. And that's a huge, huge help.
So the rest of this week, there's no more workouts, or you are working out, or what are you doing?
Workouts are done. They stopped Tuesday morning. Cardio stopped Tuesday morning. Unless he just tells me, hey, I need to go get on the bicycle for 20 minutes or something, just for whatever reason, how I look. But as of right now, it's all done. It's all about posing, pushing the carbs into the muscle, keeping stress levels down.
So when you say posing, are you talking about like on stage posing?
Running through mandatories it's important, as you're eating the carbs to take time to pose. One, you're practicing, but you're also pushing those carbs into the muscle. So there's, over an hour total, more like an hour and a half of posing going on every day right now.
So what are you expecting Saturday night when you walk up on that stage? What's the outcome?
It's funny, I just posted on social media, I had my guesses for Saturday. Everything I'm seeing, this state show is probably going to be the most stacked state show that there has ever been. And I mean, that's to be real. We all go in with hopes of winning, or the plan. We don't go in for second. You don't go in planning on taking second. My goal was to at least win my weight class, which I'm probably going to fall in light heavy, and that is going to be a ultra competitive class, and I don't expect to take light heavy. I don't. I'm entering 3 other classes: Masters, 35 and up bodybuilding, and the same in Classic, Open, and Masters. And we'll see what happens in Masters bodybuilding and Classic. It'd be nice to walk away with at least 1 W, but you just don't know. You just don't know until that judge calls out your number. The guys that look phenomenal on social media today may not look phenomenal on Saturday. That happens all the time, and I learned a long time ago. You can't call it.
13. Give me 12, 10, 14. If I get everybody to shift a step to your left, please.
Here we go, 28.
Front double bicep. Relax. Front lat spread.
Yeah. 28.
Relax. If I get 28 and 10 to swap places, please.
Good, Jeff.
Side chest, your choice side.
Down and glutes, 28.
So from last prep to this prep, what's been your changes? Have there been any? Is it still just business as usual?
A lot of changes, body's responding different. You know, I'm 36 now, so I'm kind of getting, body's acting a little different. Same coach as last time. Jeff's been phenomenal. He puts health first. That's the very first thing. If you're not healthy, then you're not in prep. But as far as changes, body's responding a lot more to fats this time, lower carbs and higher fats. So we've had that's been a difference this time. But other than that, I mean, my food stayed the same. Just the amounts have been, tweaked. Mostly everything stayed the same. The biggest thing that was different this time was just mindset. Just a completely different mindset than really any other prep that I've had.
So you also talked about your support system.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have friends in the gym that work out with you? Do you have like buddies that are doing the same thing at the same time?
I don't have anybody that works out with me. I've not for a long time. I've just always worked out by myself. But I have all sorts of people. Everybody at the gym is just like they're phenomenal. And you walk in and they're all there to, at 5 o'clock in the morning to, kind of give you, that a boy. Should give me a minute. I didn't think that one would get me so bad.
So you've got people there literally cheering you on when you walk in the door in the mornings at 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, it's wild, and whether it's 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening, texting you, asking you how you feel, they're just that support system in the gym is.
To kind of be around through some of this with you and with filming and whatnot. I've had the pleasure of meeting your fiance that you talked about a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
How is it for her with all of this going on with you?
Oh, bless her heart. She's basically just, long story short, she moved down here, and the timing was she moved down here from Cincinnati to a brand new place, and I went into prep like 2 weeks afterwards. So it's the first encounter she's ever had with, bodybuilding, especially with anything to this degree with prep, or true prep and everything. So it's been really difficult because, I can't go out to eat. I can't just say, hey, let's go eat, let's go, let's run down here and, get some ice cream or whatever, that stuff, you just can't do it right now. And she's been, been fantastic. She's been my biggest support, no doubt. She's cooked probably 90% of my food every day and has everything ready for me. She's, learned different things about prep and really just dove into it. But we're both very excited for it to be coming to an end so we can, get back to normal life, get her out, show her a lot of East Tennessee stuff and all those type things.
Place, competitor number 13, Dave Underwood. And in first place, competitor number 28, Jesse Norris.
So how does it feel to be normal?
Feels good.
How was the show?
Show was great. Show was probably one of the funnest shows that I've ever done. Just had a blast with people back there who have known for a long time. First time we've been on stage together, but just a really well-ran show, and Tennessee show's always fun, but that one's just a great show all around.
So, what would you change now that the show's over and where you placed, how it all went? Is there anything?
There really isn't anything I can change, other than maybe hitting that lat with heat earlier in the week. I didn't start hitting it with heat until Thursday night. Probably would have started hitting it with heat a couple days earlier. May have made a difference, may have not. I don't know. But other than that, no, there's nothing I'd change.
You talked about that lat that day. Pretty rough. How long did it take you over?
It took a couple weeks. Once I got food in me and got rehydrated and everything, the excruciating pain left, but it stayed tight. I had to really work it for a couple weeks to get it back to normal. So it was pretty bad.
So no regrets?
No.
Are you happy with how you placed?
Yeah. Yes and no.
What do you mean?
Well, I think, you always go out for the W. I think the placings were correct. Like, I agree with where I placed. And considering what I was up against, like, I'm happy with it, but I'm not. You're never happy when you don't take home the W. Hey, Ruth, you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi. Gray face. Rue the White.
So, like, what's the plan for now for you? Is this, you said this is going to be your last show. Is it not going to be? Is it going to be? Is it going to be another 4 or 5 years?
Eat your words, right? It was. Jill and I were both set on it being the last show. I planned on it being my last show going in. And she was very much ready for it to be my last show. It was her first experience ever with bodybuilding, especially prep. I went on stage the first time that Saturday morning, and when I come off stage, I looked at my phone, and the text I had from her, all it said is, "We're doing this again." So that was probably one of the most motivating things I've ever had. So yes, we are competing again. It will not be next year. We're getting married next year, honeymooning. We're going to enjoy life. Probably maybe 2023, maybe. We'll see.
So for everybody that's watched this video and followed you along on all this journey, that everything that you've done, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, the uglies, what's the one thing that you'd say to somebody that wanted to do this, or thinks they want to do this?
Same thing that was told to me when I was thinking about doing. Just do it. Get that first show in. Get a coach. Pick a show and do it. The experience is worth everything. Don't get caught up in all the social media, all these influencers and everything you watch on there, the pros and so forth. Just pick a coach and do it.